The Professional Women's Hockey League is expanding to Canada's West Coast. The news welcomed by fans today, including players from the Vancouver Angels under-11 team.
My teammates and I went to the very first PWHL takeover tour game. It was the coolest day ever. We saw 6 goals, danced in the stands, waved our signs, and cheered so loud for the players. It felt like anything was possible. It made me think, I want to be just like them someday, playing in the PWHL. It was at that game we made it clear we want a PWHL team. And today, we are so excited because right here in Vancouver, we got a team!
Well, let's get some reaction from the league. Jayna Hefford is the PWHL Executive Vice President of Hockey Operations, and she joins us from here in Vancouver. What a great announcement by those young hockey players. What was this event like for you?
It's been an incredible day here in Vancouver, and to have a bunch of young girls, the Vancouver Angels, make the formal announcement, I think was so significant in terms of what the PWHL has done, which is really inspired young girls to dream, to be something that they can now see. So I think, we all still get goosebumps listening to that introduction, and it's been so amazing to be welcomed in such a big way to this city, and can't wait to start putting this team together.
Yeah, there were expansion bids from groups in more than 20 cities. So why was Vancouver chosen?
Well, there was a lot of things we looked at and sort of tried to check the box on, and Vancouver was certainly a standout. We looked at market size and media reach. We looked at infrastructure and facilities. We're going to be playing at the Pacific Coliseum and practicing at the Agrodome on the P&E grounds, and being a primary tenant there, which was a huge asset for us. And then looking at potential partnership and economic opportunities in this market, as well as community and grassroots hockey. And it's been very clear that BC hockey has developed some really great players, both male and female, over the last number of years. And we're excited to be part of that growth of hockey in this province.
Yeah, and for people who are not from Vancouver, the Pacific Coliseum is the rink that the Vancouver Canucks used to play in until 1994, and the Agrodome is another rink right next to it, so you couldn't have situated a practice facility in a more convenient place. What can you tell us about what the estimates are for fan attendance at games and what the range of ticket prices might be?
Well, right now, I think there's still a lot of work to do at the Pacific Coliseum. And until that work is done, we're not going to have a clear picture of what attendance numbers will look like. But I can tell you that today, as of the announcement, in the hours to follow, we sold out of our premium season ticket member packages, which is a great response. We're thrilled with. There are still season ticket packages available, but the early response to those have been incredible.
Forgive me if this is a naive question, but I don't know a lot about how these rosters are filled. Will this create a certain number of jobs for BC or Western-based players, or are we likely, like the NHL, to have players from all across the country and, in fact, other parts of the world?
Yeah, I think the latter, more so like the NHL. However, I'm sure there are players that originally come from this area that would love to come back when the opportunity arises. So one thing that's been a priority for us is that we maintain the parity and competitiveness in our league. So this team in Vancouver will compete in year one, unlike some professional sports where it takes an expansion team a few years to build. We expect this team will compete in year one, and we'll do that through an expansion draft where we'll announce some details shortly, in addition to the entry draft that'll happen in June. So lots of work to do on building this roster.
You're an Olympic gold medalist, and I would assume that for elite female hockey players like yourself of your generation, much younger than me, but you're still older than the players who will be playing in the league right now. I don't know where you got your inspiration from, and I don't know how many times you had to play on boys' teams, but there was no professional women's elite league for you to look up to, look forward to. What impact do you think this league is going to have and this Vancouver team is going to have on young women who want to play the sport?
Well, I think in the words of Billie Jean King, you have to see it to be it. And so these young girls now unlike myself, who, dreamed to play in the NHL and win Stanley Cups, these young girls now can dream to be a professional hockey player and see it in front of them and experience it. And not only is it going to be for players, but for coaches, for officials, for media members, executives. There's so many opportunities that are going to open up for people within this province and outside of this province. But for what it's going to do to inspire young girls, hopefully to play hockey, but if it's not hockey, even just to understand that if they should dream big, because this is something that didn't exist when I was young, but for these young girls, our women are showing what's possible.
Jayna Hefford, a big day for professional sports in Vancouver and professional women's sports in particular. Congratulations.
Thank you so much.